cell phone use is to blame. His push to put an end to it.
Identity protection. You toss it and it's usually forgotten, right? But your trash doesn't just disappear when you throw it out. We're digging up a story you don't want to miss. It is 6 o'clock on WJBF News Channel 6.
Live from Television Park in high definition, coverage you can count on. This is WJBF News Channel 6 at 6.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery.
I'm Brad Means. Thanks a lot for staying with us. The state wants a man accused of killing his family to die if he's found guilty of the crime. Police do say Ryan Jones brutally murdered his mother, father, and brother in their South Augusta home in May. He's accused of taking their bodies to a vacant lot and setting them on fire. This morning, Jones appeared in court for his arraignment, entering a not guilty plea. DA Ashley Wright filed paperwork setting into motion the state's desire to execute Jones if he is convicted. Also, his lawyer withdrew a motion that called for a mental evaluation.
Richmond County investigators are searching for 3 suspects in a home invasion. It happened about 1 o'clock this afternoon on the 1800 block of Sherrill Drive. That's near Windsor Spring Road. Authorities say the 3 men forced their way inside the home. They say 2 of the suspects ransacked the house while the 3rd held a person living in the home at gunpoint. The suspects got away in a gold Dodge Stratus with tinted windows. Also tonight on News Channel 6 at 6 o'clock, as we continue to take a look at the news of the day, a busy one once again when it comes to what is going on with our commission. That's right. Are they selling safety in downtown Augusta? Will property owners tax themselves for more patrols? That's the question, and it's part of Sheriff Richard Roundtree's plan to increase security downtown, creating and equipping a 9-member patrol to provide round-the-clock security.
All of this in the wake of some attacks just weeks ago downtown. Will this make it safer? Who will pay for it? Our senior reporter George Escala all over that story now.
It's making a bid for better security downtown. Now, 6 years ago, property owners approved a business improvement district for the Caddy program, and they'll be asked again to approve a new one for better police patrols. If more than 50% of the property owners downtown say yes, all property owners in the area will pay a special tax, bringing in about $350,000 a year to pay for extra police. But after Caddy, some property owners say they are bid out and aren't sure they want to pay more for the sheriff's plan.
I have a bad taste in my mouth about Caddy from the first experience because we were promised security and cleanup. And now to say just security, I don't know that I'm comfortable with that. I mean, I don't know why the city can't provide us the security that we need. I mean, I don't know why we have to pay more tax dollars for that. I'm already paying tax dollars.
Now, under this proposal, not only would the downtown property owners pay for the extra security, but they would also be asked, in addition, to contribute donations to pay for a cleanup program downtown. A commission committee is recommending the plan to move forward, but it will need 50% of the property owners downtown to make it happen. Jenny, back to you.
All right, George, thanks so much. And there is another question tonight, curfew or no curfew? That's what they're asking about Augusta's Riverwalk Park. As we told you yesterday, Sheriff Richard Roundtree is recommending closing the park at 11 o'clock every night. Some commissioners objected to the early closing time, so we went to the Riverwalk to see how visitors felt about keeping it open around the clock or closing it at 11.
I personally wouldn't have a use for being down here after 11 at night. It's a beautiful river walk. It's a beautiful place to be, but after 11 at night, I just wouldn't have any purpose to be down here, so I wouldn't be offended by that change.
Not late at midnight, no. Too much going on.
So it's okay to close it?
It's okay to close it.
The sheriff says if the park closes early, he could shift late evening patrols from the park to other downtown areas like Broad or Green Street.
One family has lost all their belongings after a camper fire on I-20 happened near mile marker 194 headed east. The fire has been put out, traffic slowing smoothly again. The family that was staying in that camper was heading from New Mexico to Charleston. They say they have nothing left now. They'll be staying tonight with another family that offered help after seeing the fire. And the cause of the blaze is not known.
Prison walls aren't stopping hardened crooks from carrying out dangerous crimes. The FBI says that bad guys are conducting business with illegal cell phones, even though the guards try to stop it.
Robert Kittle spoke to one former prison official who survived a hit on his life and is leading a push now for a new way to fight back.
Robert Johnson still needs a cane to help him walk, and he's facing more surgeries. But even his doctors didn't expect him to live.
Come to find out, they said I bled out 3 times. They used 63 units of blood on me.
He had been the captain in charge of finding contraband at Lee Correctional Institution. Things like cell phones that inmates are not allowed to have but are smuggled in or thrown over prison fences. Johnson says an inmate used a cell phone to put a hit on him. In March 2010, a man kicked in the front door of Johnson's home.
He shot me 6 times at almost point blank range with a .38.
Johnson is now trying to stop inmates from being able to use cell phones. He sued a long list of cell phone companies saying they didn't do what they could have.
Our contention is that they could have controlled the signals coming from the prison and cut them off.
It's not just correctional officers who are in danger, though. In a recent Arizona case, 3 prison inmates used a cell phone to coordinate a prison escape. While they were out, they murdered a couple that was on vacation. But a federal judge dismissed the lawsuit, ruling that there's no state law requiring the cell companies to block signals, and in fact, the FCC would not allow them to. The Department of Corrections says it's doing everything it can and found more than 3,000 illegal cell phones last year.
We have bought some new equipment that is doing a better job of screening. And of course, we think we are doing the types of things on a daily basis that you need to do with shakedowns of prisoners.
But he says there's no way to stop every cell phone from getting inside. In Columbia, Robert Kittle, News Channel 6.
Johnson plans to appeal his case. He says one problem is that the man charged with shooting him has not gone to trial yet. After that happens, he can use that evidence to show that an inmate did use a cell phone to put a hit on him.
Well, plans